Good afternoon, everyone. What's going on, Ryan and Eric? What's going on, man?
What up, peeps?
What's going on? Happy to be here as always.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
What's up, Carlo? What's going
Carlo.
on? Yeah, so we're back after a week hiatus. I actually had a bit of planned surgery last week. I'm still feeling the effects of it a little bit, but I'm on the road to the good side here. So sorry for missing last week. But Ryan and Eric, what's been going on the last couple of weeks?
Ryan?
I went to ZoloCon. Still trying to find the Hot Toys Batmobile. Staying strong.
Yeah.
But in these toys, loving life.
So, what about you, Eric?
Still working strong on trying to get everything organized and cleaned up here in the room. You can see I got the shelves set up. Still have to build my riser for it, so I'm working on that. And like I said, wood's pretty expensive, so just taking the time to get the funds together to get that done. And yeah, we're going forward. Still making some tough decisions on the collecting lifestyle. Just trying to figure out some things here so we can keep moving forward instead of backwards and stopping altogether. But we still got our feet on the ground. You know what I mean?
It's looking damn good
Yeah,
back
man.
there, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I've been loving getting like the updates as the like sort of the project moves along. Because it went from kind of like deep off to now completely changing.
Yeah. And the space is incredible as far as the space that I'm gonna have now. It's ridiculous. And like I said, I told you guys that after all the extra shelves that I built and all the extra organizing and kind of downsizing on some of the collections and this and that, both of those shelves that are behind me now are completely free. I don't have anything right now. I don't have anything to put on those shelves other than the couple things that I kind of just put up there just to hold in place right now. But I don't have anything to as far as figures to go up there. So I have all those shelves, 5 shelves in each rack, completely empty, just ready to go for anything that's coming. So it's a lot of great space to have to be able to utilize, I tell you.
Yeah, I feel like there are a few things like more like calming than the idea of like freed up brand new space to do whatever you want with.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like it was cool. I just within the last couple of months, I kind of reset a lot of things up again down here in the basement on the shelves and everything. Like I said, like share pictures with you guys. We were having like work down here and stuff. Mine was packed away. So then when it was time to sort of reclaim the basement, it was like sort of like starting over. I cleaned off all the shelves, took everything off the shelves, and then kind of like started again. Kept a couple of things in this place, but completely changed around some other stuff. But it's like seeing that clear space, that clear unclaimed space is like one of the coolest things.
Yeah. Especially as a collector, man. It's sometimes when if you've been doing it as long as we have, you realize like there's no space, there's none, and
Yeah.
it's just like I mean you
Yeah.
fight for like almost every literal inch in your room. You know what I mean? And when you finally get to do something like this, where you just you know get yourself a huge amount of space just completely available to all kinds of new stuff. It's man, it's such a great feeling and a scary feeling as well because then you realize that you're probably going to buy more shit.
Yep.
All
And it's
right. Again, say what's up to everybody who's checking in.
What's up,
What's up,
Carlo?
Carlo?
Amber, what's
What's
up,
up,
Amber? Jesse,
Michael Casper,
Caspio.
Amber,
Casper, what up, dog?
Jesse again, just shelve it. Our good buddy Facebook user.
Yeah.
Dude, was it
Facebook
I forget who's live we were on. You're like FU's a pretty good initials.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Facebook users, pretty cool initials. But if you want your name to show Facebook user at there should be something at the top where you can just click on it and permit StreamYard to use your name. But if you want to go by Facebook user or if Facebook user is actually your name, totally cool to just stay with that too.
Exactly.
There's Curtis.
Curtis, what up, my man?
Jesse. Yeah, well, what space? What are you talking about?
All right,
What's up,
exactly.
everybody? So, Ryan, you mentioned you went to ZoloCon. I was very sad to have missed it. Yeah, ZoloCon is one of my favorite shows, of the year. It's right in Pennsylvania. It's almost exactly an hour away from my house, maybe just a couple of minutes shy of an hour. And I think most people that are here know exactly. We're probably at ZoloCon or know the deal by now. But for anybody that doesn't or checks it out, checks the live out later, it's at like this old NASA training facility in Pennsylvania, and it's shaped like a big, half a sphere because it was a centrifuge where they would like train the astronauts inside. And a lot of the equipment is still there and everything, so it's like a big circle inside, and there's like sort of stairs going up, and the horsemen normally in the main centrifuge room, the horsemen are normally like right at the front, and sort of like going out in both directions around the circle are just tables with all the vendors, on both sides of the aisle. Um, Ryan was actually able to go. So, what'd you think of the show, man?
It's fantastic, dude. And you get to, like, Four Horsemen aside, you get to see everybody that you chat with online in the cabal, all of them. Like Jesse was there, Len, Anthony, got to go out to lunch with Anthony. I did remember I was saying that my cousin, that was his actual first toy show.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't talk him into buying any Mythic Legions. He held strong on that, and I don't know how the hell he did it.
It's because you didn't do your job. That's why.
What, dude? I pushed. I said, "Hey, you should buy that." Like, and he stood in line with me and looked at every single figure.
And
like,
is he a toy collector?
No.
Oh, that's why. That's why. I was gonna say, come on, man. If you're any type of action figure collector, you're buying at least one.
Yeah, but he still ended up spending more money than I did.
Which what was he getting?
So they had like a lot of like weird like art pieces. Like there was I believe it's called Zabo Creations or Zabo Customs. He does like, and I can't explain it, dude. It's amateur hour over here. I should have taken pictures. I didn't take any pictures.
That happens, man.
Yeah, but then there was another guy who made like these almost like Little Shop of Horror-esque kind of monster mouths out of like energy drink cans, which was, I'll be honest with you, is actually pretty cool. But he bought like a bunch of those, and then he bought the Fliphead, the Automorphin Power Rangers, the old school ones for his daughter, because she's into Power Rangers now. But he spent a ton of money.
Sounds like a con.
Yeah.
How
But
about,
I only went Saturday.
what did you pick up? Did you pick anything up?
I did pick up I'll just show you. I picked up the General Head from Wolf King.
Nice.
There we go.
Very
Saved
nice.
by
Such a
David
cool
Williams. And then I just picked up 2 Dark Templars. Didn't really. Everything they had on the table I already had. Plus, I figured I'd let the people who don't have it get a chance to grab it.
Yeah, I heard it was a Lithia Deluxe Legion Builders. Any other
Calavius.
surprises that you actually saw?
Calavius, Zari.
Oh, no.
I don't know who they had on Sunday though, because I only went Saturday. But he said there was only 1 or 2 other figures that were like a surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that table looked like it was stacked.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
and I saw
was.
Flavius in the so I don't remember who it was. He posted the video where he like scanned over. I think it was Walter, I think. where they scanned over everything that was lined up Saturday morning. And I saw Calavius. I forget. I saw another one that jumped out at me, but they did a good job last year. I remember of the like surprise figures they had on the table. That throughout the day they would like periodically pull like one or two or a couple more out and put it out. Like I remember, I think they had Egalis last year on the table,
Yeah.
and Hagnons too. Because that's where I think that was where I bought my first Hagnon or whatever. Because I was holding out to get Hagnon. I'd fallen in love with the Hagnon figure, right? But I got it in my head that I wanted to buy it from the Horseman at some point, and like I had just missed it like at least once or twice, where they actually had a Hagnon, but like they'd only had like one or two, and it was like gone like right away the same day that I got to the show, but a little too late. But I eventually got one and some other good stuff from them last year. So I thought they did a good job of, just because you weren't like the first in line, you might still have a shot, like one of the more harder to find ones.
And I do appreciate they keep the harder to find figures to like one, whether they last that long, it's a different story, but it's nice that you have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. You said they had Zarya on the table?
Yeah. I think
oh man, I wish I would have known that, dude. I would have told you to pick me up that figure. I need that figure.
Oh man.
Yeah, the red female demon, dude. I totally need that figure. I've been wanting to get that figure for so long.
Curtis makes
to see it on the table, man. Damn.
I sort of thought the same thing. I was like, listen, you might not just convince him, but you know, you gotta hook him up with the first one, and then let the figure do the rest of the work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, give him an extra Legion builder.
Whoa, Steel Knight! Holy shit!
Oh wow, that's cool. Steel Knights are hard to come by for sure.
Yeah. Damn.
It's crazy to think of all the extra little goodies they have in that warehouse that are just still back there. You know what I mean? That it's like, damn, like where does a Ragna come from? Damn, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, where'd they get a box of those from?
Dude, and it's crazy to think the first time I ever went to ZoloCon, they had one table. Now they're like 6 tables deep.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. It's showing just how crazy it's getting. Can you imagine the display they're going to have at Legions Con this year? Imagine the size of it. It's going to be ridiculous, dude.
And Cosmic.
Oh, yeah.
Cosmic should be on that table.
Oh, my God. That's going to be freaking retarded.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. There is a chance that I might miss part of Legions Con, possibly.
What?
Oh, don't say it, dude.
So, yeah, my daughter is doing ballet, right? And she might have a chance to do this thing with her ballet school where they do a performance at Disney, and it's that weekend.
So, oh wow!
Yeah,
there are a few things in the world that could potentially keep me away from of Legions Con. My little girl's definitely one of them for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure, yeah. In Disneyland in California, you said?
No, Disney World. So Florida.
Disney World, Florida. Okay.
It's quite a while. And that sort of plays into it because I don't even know if she's going to do it yet. So I just don't know yet. Like my hotel's already booked. My tickets are bought for Legions Con. So I'm covered there. But even if she does end up doing it, I noticed that it actually leads up to the weekend. But the performance actually on Friday, right? Mm. So I was like, well, if we're down there for a couple of days and I go down, maybe I can persuade my wife to let me leave like a day early, right? Or just come home on Saturday.
Or just jump on the red eye right after the performance, dude. Just jump on that red eye.
Coming from Florida, I can be there by Saturday night.
That's right. Without a doubt.
And we'll see how it goes. Carlos says, I'm going to family vacation next week. I've been banned from toy shows until afterwards by the wife. That's fair.
Happens to all of us, dude.
Jesse reports that she...
What's up, David?
Will go on pretty quick.
David
Williams,
what's going on, man?
Dude.
What up, my man?
I showed up. Oh man! You know, I meant to get pictures of it. I don't know if I can get them now. Actually, Jeremy posted a new the custom of the soldiers of Anubis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen that new kit.
Dude, it's sweet looking, man.
Yeah, that's really dope.
I might try to get. The problem is sometimes when I try to add pictures in while we're on the stream, it gets a little wonky. But I'll try to figure that out later because if I recall correctly, I think David did the painting on those. David, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
But,
he posted
right?
it. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Those things look awesome. So for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, it's a kit actually. It's a custom kit designed by Jeremy, sculpted by Mass Customs, and I forget who else. But the paint job was done by Williams, who's with us right now. And I didn't really get into it, but I think it's a kit that you use with a skeleton Legion builder, right?
Yeah.
And it sort of has like the Anubis style, dog-like head, and they just look cool as hell.
Yeah, it looks really awesome. Yeah, it's like a dog head. It's freaking, it's awesome. And I'm sending you pictures right now.
Oh, cool.
Curtis, I 100% agree.
All right. Sorry. Curtis. Excited. All right, let's see if I can throw these bad boys in.
Yeah, Calavis is obviously a top 10, dude. That's freaking such a great figure. If you don't have that figure in your collection, you get a chance, especially to get it at the table, man. It's freaking so worth it.
I think I got Calavius from a ZoloCon 2 years ago.
Nice.
They just happen to have it.
Nice. Anytime you can get a figure like that, an older figure like that at the table prices, it's just ridiculous.
Absolutely. Like even because at the con they go up what $2. I mean that's not going to kill you because
no,
if you think about it, since shipping is going up, you're
actually
still
yeah, ridiculous. Yeah.
I did happen to get the D13 T-shirt.
Nice.
Dude, I'm rooting for him, dude. I hope that gets funded because I backed for the demons.
Mm-hmm.
Because the figure that I really want is the Saint Michael and the Lucifer with the angel and the devil wings or the demon wings.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that gets unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I saw he was over 50, right? Do you know if he cracked 60 yet?
I looked last night. I think he was at 52 or just shy of 52.
What does he have to get to fund?
80.
I think, yeah.
80?
Yeah.
Right on. Did Amber pick anything up at ZoloCon?
No. I honestly don't remember. Take it easy, David.
Right on, David. Have a good one, brother.
So Anthony set up that Legion's lunch, and I met Steve and Logan, and I forget, he had a brother with him, and I forget his name, but he set it up for Ray Azteca, and there's two within like 10 miles of each other, and we all went to the wrong restaurant and sat there for like 10 minutes.
And then, all of you went to the wrong restaurant?
Except for Anthony, Mark, and Jesus, I'm so bad with names. But he texts or he messaged me and he was like, "Hey, we're at the York Road location." I said, "Oh shit, I guess we're at the wrong one." So we all got up and went, but it was great, and I had fun hanging with Steve and Logan at both restaurants.
Nice. Right?
What kind of restaurant was it? I missed it.
Trevor, what up?
What's going on, Trevor? It was a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, that's a dope kit, dude. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Later, David. What's up, Trevor?
What's the price on that? I didn't get to go to Legion shop yet.
I'll go right now. Let me see.
I don't know either. What's up, Frank?
Frank, what's going on? I wish I could make it out to Mesquite Con.
Yep, I was trying to make my way to that one. Michael Casper says, attention, please. I will be at MuskyCon next weekend. Come on out and enjoy the eye candy in the form of Casper you are.
That's right. The Soldier of Anubis kit is $50 unpainted. It comes with the shield, the head, and the neck piece, or whatever you want to call that. So $50. It's a good kit, man.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Pretty sick.
Yeah.
I even got a shot that I could line them right up on.
Yep.
If you get more than one, they look great together too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice close up. It's crazy looking, man.
Yeah, looks awesome.
Dude, that is so dope.
That looks great.
Do they have it painted too? Available?
No, just a full figure, a full custom figure for $199.
Ooh.
And then no, it's just unpainted. Right now, it's unpainted. $50
There
though.
you go.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all, man. That's a good kit. Could put
That could
together
be
some
yours
really.
like that.
Yep.
$199. I think I got Frank before. What's up, Frank?
What up, Frank?
And Curtis, we'll be waiting for that bro hug, Michael Casper. Yeah, MuskyCon. So I guess none of us are going to end up there, huh?
No.
Fortunately not.
So what's the next? What's the next show? There actually is a smaller one, New Jersey Collectors Fest that's coming up a week from tomorrow at the Wayne Police Athletic League building. So the same building that they've had ToyCon the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So, and I've been to Collectors Fest before. It's sort of a lot like ToyCon. Only thing that's different is there's a little bit more of stuff that's not just like action figures and toys. Like they try to have like whatever you want to call it, not celebrities, but like artists and stuff there for like photo ops and stuff like that.
Mm.
They have a few people, and most of them are like people like you don't really recognize, but maybe they were in like a movie or something like that. But they have Bai Ling, who was the main villain in The Crow, his sister / partner or whatever. So that was the one person I thought would be cool to kind of see that's going to be there this year. So that's a week from tomorrow. I'm hoping, what's up, NYC Figure Fanatic? I'm hoping I'll feel good enough to go because I would like to head on over and check that out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Any chance you could make it out, Ryan?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
It's up in the air right now.
Yeah.
Got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. But then I don't know if I think we did messages about this, right? So I think I could possibly have this wrong, but I think ToyCon New Jersey was advertised to happen in May at
Yeah.
the Wayne Police Athletic League, the PAL building. Pretty sure I saw that, but then a notice went up just earlier this week that ToyCon was going to be, I think, in early June. It's going to be in June, and it's moving back to the Police Athletic League building in Parsippany. So, for people that are in and around the Northeast and have gone to ToyCon for a couple of years, that's big news. For people that haven't been or aren't going this year, they probably don't give a damn. But basically, the ToyCon New Jersey moved back by about a month, and it's in the old location where it used to be, not where ToyCon New Jersey has been the last couple of years, and where Legions Con was 2 years ago.
And that's the original hallway where they had the first Legions Con, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
what's up, Eric?
What's going
what's
on?
up? What's going on? For me, it's a little bit closer, not by much, but so it doesn't really. Hopefully, I presume it was all for all a good reason or whatever. Hopefully, it works out for everyone. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah.
It's not closer for me. It's about the same distance to either one, but it's easier to get to the old building than it is the new one for me, at least.
Yeah, because the one in the old building is further west too. So like Wayne is further east, so you got to come further across Jersey for the Wayne location. So I'm excited to have it back at the old location. The only thing that I mentioned to you, Ryan, for anybody that might want to go, again, that's going to be in June. Parking sucked the last few years there. So you had to either really try to get there really early, or like you just find a place somewhere around the building where you can just park for a little while. Because I remember like parking in some weird spots, like over by the trees and stuff.
Are you talking about at the PAL?
Yeah, at the location where it used to be.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess I didn't think about that because I just got dropped off every morning from an Uber right in the front. So. Thanks. See you later. I didn't even think about parking. But yeah, that parking lot was packed all day, all night.
Hold on a second. Oh, shit. NYC Figure Fanatic got my table for ToyCon locked in.
Nice.
He said he needs to sell a small storage unit worth of figures off.
There you go. That's the place to do it, man.
Speaking of, are you gonna be getting a table there for ToyCon this year?
No, I don't know. I did for the first time ever. I got a vendor's table at the last ToyCon this past fall, which was only like a week or two before Legions Con. I think that's right. Something like that. And it was cool. Like it was cool, and like I did okay the first day. Didn't do too great day two, but ToyCon New Jersey again. It's a 2-day show, Saturday and Sunday. And you don't realize after just going to a show like as like a visitor and just enjoying it like as a patron, to have a table there, those can be long days. Like not bad because you're at a toy show, right? So that's cool. And I kind of made friends. Like that's how I met Rich Kais. Rich Kais had a table right next to me, and so he was really cool. But it's still a long day to just like sit there, especially if it's like not busy or whatever. So hopefully it's very busy. I'm glad that they're doing one now, in the late spring, early summer-ish time. So I think that's gives us a good balance of shows throughout the year. So that's the ToyCon stuff. So NYC Figure Fanatic, I got to check out your table.
Yeah, me too.
Were you just selling like personal collection at your table? You don't vend, do you?
Nope. There's nothing that I have that like I bought specifically to sell. So it was all just extra stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I had like, it's the weirdest thing. So like anything, like a lot of like Marvel Legends, some Super 7 stuff, like just all kinds of like lots of Star Wars stuff, like a lot of stuff that I had most of it was unopened. You know what I mean? And it wasn't stuff that I put. It was stuff that like I didn't buy specifically to keep on card. So the fact that I still had the thing and it was still on card like 9 months later or a year and 2 months later kind of told me, maybe I don't really need this thing. Maybe I don't really, I don't dig this thing that much. So the funny thing was like the best selling stuff was loose Marvel Legends. Like that's what people like got most excited about. Like, and I just had a box of just open Legends that people were just like picking them up and like how much, and I was just like pulling like random prices or whatever. But they must have been like prices that were like way too good for these Marvel Legends because like one dude that bought a few pieces came back later with like this other dude. He's like, "This is the one I was telling you about. This is the table." They got like I forget like he bought like a Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure, and I didn't really like that figure at all. I don't even know why I got that wave, but it was like a fully assembled Build-A-Figure, and I sold it to him for I forget what I sold it to him for, but like not that much or whatever. And he like flipped out. I was like, "Oh damn it! Maybe I should have know how much I should have sold that for." But half of that was just clearing out space. Just
that's worth more than the top dollar you can get for anything. Is just to clear out the space and get rid of something that you don't want anymore.
The one good thing about vending that I can say is that, like you're kind of like in one spot. So like anybody that's there at the show, like I like a few people at least come to the table to like and then came and said hi. So it's kind of like it's hard to miss somebody if you're in the same place the whole time because anybody that's there to come see them come walking past your table. So it was cool to like Ryan and Amber stopped by. Grigoris McTavish stopped by, hung out for a while. The Horsemen were there. Jeremy stopped by the table to say hi too. So it was really cool. So here we go. NYC Figure Fanatic. For sure, bro. Hope to see you. I'll be with Kingpin Customs and Retrospect Customs. Lenny and Leland. Yep. I will I'll be there one way or another. I think I might want to actually answer your question 20 minutes later, Ryan. Sorry. I think I'm kind of leaning towards just going to hang out. You know what I mean? And maybe I'll even do a thing where I bring like one kid one day and one kid the next day, so and kind of go both days. So I'm excited about it. Yeah, but it's still a couple of months away.
Heck yeah!
All right. So what else?
So,
whoa! What's this?
Oh,
Bat Bros, baby!
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
So, if you guys explain what this means, we don't have to if you don't want to, but
yeah, go for it.
Do you want to go?
All right. Eric, why don't you start? Because it started with you.
Well, I'm
your fault,
thank you. Outside, see, I've done my job. Outside of Mythic Legions, I collect a little bit of the Hot Toys figures lines, and one of the Hot Toys that I have in my collection is the '89 Jack Nicholson Joker, and I've had him for quite some time, and I've always hated that he's always been alone in my collection, and always wanted the '89 Keaton Bats, and the aftermarket price on the original one was out of my wheelhouse, and couldn't afford to get it. And just recently, Hot Toys released a new updated version of the '89 Keaton Batman, and I jumped right on it and pre-ordered it. And I talked to my two friends here into getting their first Hot Toys, and I'm very proud to say that we're now Bat Bros.
Yeah, man. I dove in, and the thing was, Eric was like, he's, you kind of said that you're gonna have like more of a focus on like reconfiguring your room this year, customizing and stuff like that, and then like maybe just working on like trades as a focus, right?
Yeah, big time.
So then Eric messages us. He's like, "I did a thing last night," and he sends us the pictures of the Hot Toys '89 bats, and we're like, "Oh, that's awesome, man!" And I was, damn, that's one way to just to not go after any pre-orders or anything. And he's like, "Well, no, I did like the payment plan," and I always heard about the sideshow payment plan or whatever, right? But I never really asked how it worked. And when Eric told me, I was like, "Wait, that's how it works?"
Yeah, dude. Like,
and I had no idea. You put down like a small deposit, pay nothing for like 6 months, and then it's like $50 a month, something like that.
Yeah, it was like $34 down. It was like $56 a month for like 6 payments, I think. Nothing. I mean, that's yeah, you can do it.
And like, if you prefer to just pay like pay it at once, you can do that too. I'm sure. Like sometimes it's
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it really is like it's a load off your back. Like when like you pre-ordered something but you paid for it right away. So like now
Yeah.
a year and a half later when it's showing up and you're like, oh, this is coming. I'm like, oh shit, do I have to make enough money? Like, oh no, I already paid for it. But I don't know. I had never had a hot toy. I still never owned my own hot toy before. And I'd always said if I got one, it would have to be something that was like that was kind of special, something that I was like really into, right? Like I thought maybe like a Darth Vader would be a good hot toy for me, right? Timeless, all time favorite character, all this shit. 89 Batman is 100% in that category for me.
Yep.
So like once Eric was talking about him, and then we've been all like the whole concept has come up, because of the Flash movie and the Mezco '89 Batman and all that stuff. Anyway, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, this sort of makes sense. This would be a great first hot toy. I love it. So then I hopped in.
Plus, I knew I had you guys in my pocket because you guys were geeking on the '89 Mezco Batman. You guys had been waiting on for years, so I'm like, I got these fools right now.
Yeah, I was pumped about the Mezco '89 Batman. Because I only got on the wait list. I got on the list like probably a year after it was solicited. So I was just happy that it was that '89 Mezco Batman was coming through at all. So yeah, I was probably an easy mark because now it's like, all right, let me get the Hot Toy 1 too, baby.
Yeah, Bill, Bat Bros, baby.
Yeah, throw them on there.
So Bill,
Bat Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I seriously don't think, aside from, I don't know, the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, I mean, I don't think you can get more nostalgic than Keaton Batman. I mean, it's just through and through, it's just such a great character. And I mean, like I said, it's timeless. You know what I mean?
I said, oh, look. So Bill says this will be his first non-Star Wars hot toy.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. I know that I've seen a couple of. I know a Bill. Was it the Death Watch Mandalorian? I think was that one of them that he got last year. Like, it's kind of interesting to have like one potentially on the way now. I'm kind of interested to see like what the whole experience is like. Like is it like opening like a museum piece? I imagine it's like opening like a big Mezco kind of, right?
Yeah, a very big Mezco. Yeah, and like I said, every last detail is just amazing. It's just amazing. And like I said, it just like the accessories they come with, the way that they're the package, everything about it. It's like, yeah, it's great. Sorry,
so
Frank.
Ryan, what finally pushed you over the edge? The last one to fall for the '89 Bats.
Well, when he posted, I had the same mindset that you had, and when he posted it, I was like, okay. I kept going back and forth. I was like, do I want to get any 1/6 at all? I said no. Then I started looking at it more and more. Like I kept going back to the site and entering information. And then I would stop it. And then finally I was like, you know what? Jonathan did it. I'm going to do it too. Did you go deluxe or did you go, what is it, collector's edition?
I did the deluxe, yeah. I usually, when it comes to hot toys, I'll usually do the deluxe.
Yes,
that gargoyle piece that comes with it is freaking awesome, and that'll be awesome to display with it. So that's why I went with that one.
But would you do, Ryan?
I just did the collector because
trust me, it's good enough, bro. You'll definitely be happy.
And that's because usually how I am. I open them up, enjoy them, and then I pack up. This just gonna stay on my desk, displayed all the time.
Yeah, that new desk you got, that thing's gonna look awesome right in front of you at all times. Yeah.
I actually thought we were gonna get that before Mezco's '89 Batman. I still believe that, even though they sent out that they're processing it soon.
Yeah. Dude, that means the Mezco '89 Batman is going to be in our hands in like 30 to 40 days. I'm telling you.
Do you think it's coming from Fife? or do you think it's going to come from New York?
I hope it's New York, man. But I would assume that they'd have it coming through from the west. I assume that cuts down, the time, which I imagine they're concerned about. Rick Jones, what's going on, Rick? Used to sell at toy shows. It's a long. It's right.
Carlos said he'll get the McFarlane version. It's way cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah. Yes. So Toddy Mac came out. Has got his own 89 bats on the way and a Batmobile.
Yep.
Right. So a 1/12 or 1/10, I guess, scale Batmobile. Presumably. Hold on a second. Presumably. Presumably, 89 bats will be able to fit in there just fine. So
does that mean is that Batmobile designed after the new Batmobile that's going to be in the Flash movie, or is that designed after the original 89 Batmobile?
Most likely,
I think.
Yeah.
And if you look, even at the side of this design, like that, the exposed engine parts, the silver and everything like that. Like, I don't know if that's a part that comes off, but I think it'll very much be the design of the Batmobile that's in the Flash movie, which I'm sure is slightly different, and based on this picture, looks like it is. Which is cool. It's still cool, but I would always be partial to the plainer Batmobile from the actual 89 movie. And there's only one place that I've seen that recently. That's the Hot Toys Batmobile. So the other time,
don't do it. Don't do it.
The other topic of conversation amongst the Bat Bros is, all right, who's going to pull the trigger on the Hot Toys Batmobile?
It'll be me, because I'm dumb.
You guys have no idea how big that thing's gonna be, dude. And especially too, if you look at the actual length of that car, that's a huge car. So it's not even like a standard size vehicle. So it's gonna be even extra large. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Bill says, it definitely looks different, especially the cockpit shape is different in the McFarlane Batmobile. So it'll definitely be cool.
I wonder if since McFarlane's doing the 89 bats, is he also gonna do the 89 Joker along with that set? Because like I said, what's bats without Joker? You know what I mean?
I thought I heard something about that. It's tough to get Jack's likeness now, though.
Well, I wonder how. Like I said, I'm really interested in that. Yeah, that is true. So since it is for the Flash, you're probably right. They probably wouldn't. They wouldn't try to do a. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. That's definitely true.
I don't even know where the hell I would put that. I did like your response.
Like I said, in bed between you and Amber, that's where you're going to end up putting it.
Yeah.
But it has lights, Eric. It lights up.
700.
You with the fucking lights already.
How sick would it be to just open up your Hot Toys Batman and the Hot Toys Batmobile, slide Batman right into the Bat? How sick would that be?
It would be pretty sweet.
I'll just get rid of one of these couches and it'll go right there.
You're going to need to, bro. You're going to need to. Trust me.
All right. So since we're on the topic of 1/6, tonight, 6:30 p.m., Trevor, if I'm not mistaken, we get another 1/6 pack. 1/6 shooter Trevor Williams's show, all about 6-scale figures, mostly Hot Toys. Like I've checked, I'm a complete Hot Toys novice, but I've checked in on Trevor's show a few times. It's very entertaining and educational for those who know about 6-scale. But in particular, they'll be discussing 89 Hot Toys Batman, very cool, and then apparently a bunch of other Batman characters.
Yep.
So check that out, everybody. 6:30 p.m. tonight. 1/6 pack on the 1/6 Shooter YouTube channel.
I
Let's
do
go.
like the third party and third party. I just realized it said that.
What's that?
It says third party and third party.
Oh. Third party and third party.
Appreciate that, Michael.
I love Trevor's honesty when he's doing reviews on 1/6 scale. He'll tell you if it's trash or not, and I appreciate that because there's been a lot of hot toys that I've thought about looking into, and sometimes I'll see something that Trevor's reviewed or talked about, and yeah, that's definitely a game changer when you know the facts about what's going on.
Yep.
Oh, it's the worst of the worst. Gotcha.
Yeah. Cool. All right, I forget what's next. Oh, well, speaking of 1/6 Shooter, Trevor Williams.
Trevor bringing the heat again.
Just fantastic
Another
shot here. The Mandalorian Grogu.
so good.
And always making the setup look like so
Yeah.
easy to do. You know what I mean? I was
So-
watching the quick setup, and I'm like, really, like, come on, man, like that shit can't be that easy. Like, but he just makes it look like it's child's play. And then he gets a shot like this. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, like, it's good. This is Tatooine, right? Like,
yeah,
you know,
like
like
ridiculous.
Navarro, like it's, you know, the lighting is perfect for it. Oh, Benny says something wrong with his audio. Anybody else having any issues with the sound? I haven't heard of anything yet. So, hope that gets fixed, Benny. Thank you for being here. Yeah, this is a great shot. Did you guys check out the first episode yet? Mandalorian Season 3 has begun.
Yeah,
I did not.
Oh, okay.
yep, it's a good one, man. It's a good one. It's gonna be a good show, as always.
I'm
Yeah.
only 2 episodes into season 2. I'm slacking, man.
Oh wow, hurry up!
Yeah.
Get your shit together, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I loved season 1. I absolutely loved it, and one of the reasons why I loved season 1 so much was it was like the first time in a long time we had like a Star Wars show that was like it was a show like set in the Star Wars world, but like not beholden to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was like exploring like a time period that really hadn't been spoken for. You know what I mean? We got this essentially this new character, this desperado character flying around the galaxies, and like the Adventure of the Week episodes. Like I love that. You know, that reminds me of TV, how TV was when we were growing up, and I love those self-encapsulated episodes because they could do kind of whatever they wanted to. Like they didn't have to make a reference to anything. They didn't have to tie in this character from the Clone Wars or something like that, which I don't know, just gets cumbersome. And I don't know. I don't want to complain about Star Wars for 20 minutes.
It's good too because it actually makes you forget about the rest of, like you said, the Star Wars world. It holds you to the story that's at hand.
Yeah,
I like that, and it completely makes you forget about everything else in Star Wars.
Now, I will say then in season 2, they started to scare me a little bit just because they really did start roping in a lot of these, characters from the Clone Wars and different things, right? And they brought, I assume I'm not going to spoil anything for Ryan, but I'm not going to even, on the off chance you haven't heard some stuff. I was so happy at the end of season 2 because I felt like they walked that tightrope of like referencing some of the existing material and different stories and things like that while still making it cool and not just doing it for the references. And then the end of the season, just forget about it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, just ridiculous. You're gonna love it, Ryan. Trust me. Hey, and by the way, if you guys have not forgotten to do so, it is March, so turn your calendars on 1/6 Shooter's awesome calendar.
Mm-hmm.
2 awesome shots freaking, like I said, just a amazing piece to have, and a great calendar to look at every day, man. Thank you, Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor's Figures and Fantasy calendar actually it was down here in my basement. It is now upstairs and is officially the fridge calendar.
Yeah, nice.
So it's the official calendar of the Donut household. Eric says, no, keep it on February. All right, Poker Face. I have not watched it yet. I've heard some hype. Have you guys watched it?
No. What's that on? I'm not following that.
I don't know for sure because I haven't seen it yet.
Mm.
But Rick Jones also says Poker Face is good.
What is it on? What?
I'm gonna try to Google it now. Come on.
Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Benjamin Bratt, Chloe Sevgeny, Adrian Brody. Yeah, I honestly don't even know what it's about.
Neither do I. I'll give it a shot.
Peacock, cool. All right, yeah. Let's talk about this monstrosity. Hold on, let me get this up.
Yeah.
Boom. So,
Yeah, baby.
Mondo Trapjaw. We saw pictures before, right? Teases for him before, but now there's going to be a full solicitation, and he goes up for pre-order. Is it the 7th?
Yeah, I believe the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. 7th or the 11th, one of those.
But continuing this incredible line.
Yep, it's ridiculous. I freaking love it. Yeah, Mondo has hit it out of the park each and every time with these recreations of the classic Masters of the Universe characters, and yeah, I'll be more than happy to add that to my collection, man. It's just an amazing piece, and all the extra pieces that he comes with. It's just so worth it, man.
Eric says he's all in, all for this Trapjaw.
Yep. Yeah. The funny thing is, I actually saw this Trapjaw, the artist renditions of it, at the Mondo. Oh, what do they call that? The Mondo panel at PowerCon 2019.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's how long ago I saw this character. I was like, oh man, I'm like, and I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be here at the next, PowerCon or this, and that's how long it's taken to actually develop this character and actually bring it to life. So yeah, this is one I've been waiting on for a long time.
Yeah, Trevor says that he's honored that, yes, listen, the official calendar of the Donut household right now.
That's right.
So the only 6-scale figure that I have is a Mondo Merman, just the regular version.
Yeah.
He's awesome. It's the only 6-scale.
That's an awesome piece.
But I'll say that it sort of seems like while the Merman is awesome, they have been getting better and better with the Mondo figures. I mean, it just recently, the deluxe He-Man they ended up doing looks completely insane.
Yeah.
I'm a Masters of the Universe fan, but He-Man was sort of one of the lesser interesting characters to me. Mm-hmm. I was more the villains and everything like that. So I wasn't conceptually I wasn't tempted to go after the Mondo He-Man, but then when I saw what actually came with him and everything, that set just looks completely completely insane. And then you go into the Battle Cat, which was nuts.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Battle Cat's insane. I ended up pre-ordering that as well, and that, like I said, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm gonna be enjoying that 100% in my collection.
Yeah. So here you see a picture with some of the accoutrement that Trapjaw will come with. Gosh, it's so crazy. I'm looking at it now, and I'm looking at different attachments for his arm. And first it looked like so many, and then I'm like, oh my God, each one of these is a replica, an update of the actual arms that the vintage Trapjaw came with.
Yeah, totally.
And the hook and the weird swatter thing and the clamp and the claw.
Yep.
Now the club on the other side, that's new, right? I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
So I don't know if that also fits. No, I guess that's just the club. I guess.
Yeah, it's just a club he holds in his hand.
Okay.
Dude, those head sculpts are stellar, man. They're
Yeah, it's so
absolutely
cool.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first one on the top left is pretty much the throwback to the original.
Yep. The same one that came in the Origins 2-pack.
Yeah. And it's so cool to think of. I mean, just look at all those accessories. How many different ways you can display them on your shelf? You know what I mean? With all those cool accessories, it's awesome. The colors are beautiful. Everything, man. It's just like I said.
So, Eric, I know you're in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan, you're this a skip for you? My guess.
Yeah, dude, he pushed me into getting Batman. I can't just get every 1/6 that comes across. I gotta save money for the Batmobile.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to think long and hard about it because I do love Masters of the Universe.
Mondo absolutely kills.
Yeah.
Every time they release something, it gets better and better. I can appreciate the hell out of it. I can tell you that.
And I know it'll be hard for you to resist, Jonathan, because I mean you're a Motu villains guy, so it's like this is definitely tops when it comes to the villains, I think.
On one of my Motu shelves, right over there, is my childhood Trapjaw.
Nice.
I don't have any of his stuff, but I still have the same figure, one of the childhood survivors. So Trapjaw in particular,
nice,
has place of honor, and I think I have a Chronon in package on the wall over there by him too.
Yeah. Yeah, the only one I'm waiting on, which will probably be one of my last Mondo pieces in my collection, is going to be Beastman. I've been waiting on Beastman because Beastman was one of my all-time favorite characters in aside from Battlecat. Beastman was my favorite villain in the Masters of the Universe world.
Yeah, I mean, I always love the Beastman figure just because of like that incredible bright orange color.
Yeah.
The figure was just striking, man.
And I've gone as far as my Mondo collection. I've gone for just the basic. I mean, there's a bunch of them that I've actually passed on because I just had no, like it didn't pull any heartstrings for me as a Motu fan from my age group of Motu fans. I was, the original 82, 83 Motu, world. But I have Skeletor, He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Merman, Faker, and Hordak in my collection right now. So, like I said, the only two last ones that I've been waiting on is Trapjaw here and Beastman.
I wish I had gotten, or I wish I had the Scareglow that they came out with.
Yeah. See, Scareglow is it more heartfelt to or more nostalgic to age group younger than me. You know what I mean? As far as in the Motu world, by the time Scareglow came out in the original line, like I was already kind of, in a sense, leaving the Motu action figure world in that sense. You know what I mean? Like I had already had my years of Motu, which were the original ones, and then, like I said, as the Horde came out and the newer characters like Scareglow and stuff, I mean that came a long time, not a long time, but a year or two after I kind of stopped playing with Masters of the Universe as a kid. So it's never held anything to me. It's never held water with me.
Ooh, Eric Miller wants a web store.
Yeah. See,
that would be fantastic. Now, so Eric, the He-Man, is that the deluxe version that just came out, or is that?
No, it's the original deluxe one. Their very first one that ever came out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got that one.
Because Eric
and like everything else with my collecting, I mean, I know when something drops, a lot of people, it doesn't matter if they make 100 different versions of them, they buy every single one of them. I have my He-Man. I have the one that I need and the one that I want, and that's good enough for me. I mean, the newer deluxe one is beautiful, but yeah, it was a total pass for me because I already have one in hand.
Yeah, the what sort of would have appealed, what would have, or what did appeal, or what does appeal to me about that deluxe version, is the fact that you can take that He-Man and make him like three different versions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's
That's awesome.
the
Yeah,
die-cast parts, like the way they do it, it just looked so cool.
yeah. You could do like the battle damage He-Man. That's really cool. I love that.
But Eric Munoz, first of all, thank you for hanging out, Eric. Said that the He-Man was an easy pass. Too much drama with the He-Man killed it for him. I'm assuming he referred to there's a QC issue on some
Yeah.
of the He-Mans, right, where he just was it he popped off at the waist or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Mm.
But Curtis says that Munoz is actually out on Mondo because he can't scalp them all for profit.
Oh,
Just reporting what Curtis said.
ouch. Oh man, broke. Yikes.
Curtis says, "What about a Mondo Zodak?"
Yeah, Zodak would be dope. Zodak would be, and like I said, he's one of the originals, and yeah, that would be a pretty cool character. But it's not. I mean, there wasn't as much love given to Zodak, especially in like the cartoon series and stuff like that. So it's not something that people are really. I mean, unless you know Motu, I mean, people are not really into it. You know what I mean? It's not like Trapjaw or Beastman or Merman. I mean, those are characters that everybody knows. Even if you don't know Motu, you see those characters and you're like, oh, I know what that is. You know what I mean? You see Zodak, and a lot of people would be like, what? What's that all about?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Like to me, like he's not even that interesting of a character design. Like what was interesting about Zodak was that he was kind of like different things at different times, and like I think it was in the cartoon, right? He was sort of like this, between realms Voyager. He wasn't really a good guy, wasn't really a bad guy. He just was that type of
Yeah.
thing.
Outside of the main villains and stuff, I think a really cool one, a design that they could pull off would be like the Manny Faces.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah, that would be a cool one.
I can see that.
I was thinking
Yeah,
for Kodak. I mean, the Furious Four, you got the red and the black there, right? To
yeah.
kind of basis for doing a Zodak tribute.
Yeah, it's like when they released the original Hordak figure, I ended up pre-ordering the deluxe version of that, and then a few months down the line, Mondo showed up at PowerCon and they released the PowerCon exclusive edition of Hordak, which was the blue version, which is more towards the line of the the cartoon version of him, which is pretty much my favorite version of him. And I was kicking myself in the ass because I ended up getting both of them, but I was like, damn, I wish I would have waited on that and realized that they were going to do a blue version because the other ones he's in a dark gray. But I mean, it's a beautiful figure, but that figure's sitting in its original box in my closet. It never came out of the package because once I found out the blue one was coming out, I ended up getting that one, and that's the one that's on display in my shelf.
All right, so Eric Miller says that Zodak and Stratos has always been two of his least favorite Motu characters.
No,
I
I don't think
yeah,
you're alone on that.
I always thought the Zodak design was pretty boring, so I never really loved the Zodak design. But I always thought Stratos looked kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, he's not alone on that opinion for sure. Zodak and Stratos definitely the bottom of the barrel as far as favorite characters.
Yeah, is not liking Stratos like a thing?
No, no, no. It's just like I said. He's just not one of those characters that people appeal to.
Yeah,
A lot of people love like Man at Arms or obviously Skeletor.
that's fair. Yeah, Eric says that's why boring designs. Yeah, yeah, to me, like Zodak is just kind of yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have much going on for him. Not I don't think enough to pull a Mondo figure for him. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then Eric Munoz says Zodak's his favorite after He-Man. What's
To
going on?
eat to each his own, my brother. To each his own. I
Yeah, that's the thing with Trapjaw. It's there's just like he's just meant for something like this. You know what I mean? The fact that the vintage character had all these different attachments and everything. It's just it's just natural to like take it to the next level as a premium figure like this.
Yeah. You guys want you guys want to hear a funny story about Motu?
Sure.
When I was a kid, let me see. Hold on a second.
Sorry about
Oh,
that.
is that you?
That was me. Sorry, yeah.
I was like, I thought that was me because I was like looking up something on my phone. I'm like, Jesus, am I doing that? Um, so when I was a kid and the original Motu figures came out in, I want to say it was 1982 or 83. I was 10 years old and obviously just flipped my freaking wig when I saw these figures and got my first couple figures in hand, which were, I believe it was He-Man. I got a He-Man and I got a Merman and I got a Beast Man. And then later on, of course, I got, Man at Arms and Skeletor and Stratos and a couple of other figures along with that. And just love the line completely because of course, coming from my age group, I mean, the next best thing or the previous figures to that were, the Kenner Star Wars 5 POA Star Wars action figures. And if you, even in today's world, if you compare those two side by side, it's like freaking ridiculous how awesome these figures were in hand, with the muscles and the the weapons and what have you. And so just enjoying that line as much as I did as a kid and just loved it through and through and just would play with those toys relentlessly and just had so much fun with them. And then someone came up with the great idea of thinking that it was an awesome idea and a awesome marketing strategy to add female characters to the line with the Princess of Power line, and because they wanted little girls to play with Motu as much as little boys did. And when that happened, and they released She-Ra, Princess of Power, and all of her little princess heroes, dude, it was like the death of Motu for me. I was like freaking so over it. I mean, I remember as a little kid, like seeing like a couple the neighbor kids across the street from us. One of them had a little girl, and she came out of the house, and we were out there playing with our Motu figures, and she came running out with like 3 or 4 like Princess of Power, She-Ra figures or whatnot. And I remember I just picked up my stuff and I was like, no, no. I was like kicking my feet and I'm going inside. And I was like totally destroyed. I was like, that's it. I'm done. And I remember that was pretty much the end of my my Motu days back then. I was so distraught. I was like completely ruined as a child. It was like the worst day. It was like the worst day of my Motu life. That's why I won't ever, I won't buy like the Mondo like She-Ra or anything. I just can't.
It's too
stand
traumatizing for you.
Yeah, it's child trauma for me. It really is. It's because trust me, dude. I was like almost in tears. Like I was so angry about it. I was just like, because I was like, girls have Barbies. I was like, stick with your Barbies. Like, why do you have to be in our world? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted nothing to do with it. Nothing.
But years after the fact, could present day Eric, 32-year-old Eric, go back and talk to 9-year-old Eric or 10-year-old Eric, however old he was then, and just say, but there's some really cool character designs in this whole She-Ra thing, dude. The Horde is awesome. Okay, I'll tell you what. Even right now, I'm not collecting Masterverse, but I've gotten like I loved the Revelations cartoon, so I wanted to be way into the Masterverse line when it came out, but I just didn't like the early figures, to be honest with you. And I was also kind of mad that they stopped at Classics to do Masterverse. But I'm still kind of interested in some of the figures. Like I grabbed the Beast Man last year, the Deluxe Beast Man. That figure is really cool. And there's even a couple that came out more recently. Like I want to get the Roboto, and some of the She-Ra characters too, like
Yeah.
the Frosta character. I kind of want to get that figure.
Mm. Yeah, and aren't the because I know they are stopping the production on the Origins line, are they not? Is that also happening for the Masterverse line?
I
They're
don't
not
think
they're not doing the Origins line anymore, right?
I don't think that's confirmed. Like that came out. I think that was like a Spectre creative thing of the
Mm.
or whatever.
I just heard it. I don't like I said I don't follow too closely on what it is. I just had seen that, so I was just like,
So I don't think that's what. And if anybody else wants to chime in, because I'm just kind of piecing together different things that I heard. I don't know. I haven't tried to verify any of it. But I think what's actually might be happening is that the Origins line and Masterverse line are not slated to end at least anytime soon. But they may be leaving retail sometime soon, which to me still sounds like a pretty friggin' bad development, like a bad thing to happen. Like if they're going to get pulled off Target shelves, that doesn't mean they're getting canceled. But I don't know that bodes well for the long term health of the line as far as this
yeah,
goes.
I know
yeah.
they're performing at Targets and Walmarts, at least where I'm at. Same figures every single time I go in.
Well,
Yeah,
because
but what is it? Stratos?
Jitsu.
Yeah, Jitsu, Stratos. Yeah, those are all peg warmers everywhere. You can't or the buzz off.
Yeah, him for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what I think has happened a little bit, especially with the Masterverse stuff. Well, number one, another thing that sort of happened is, like every other line, it went up in price. But like
Yeah.
at my Walmart, there's like a couple of Origins figures in the clearance aisle, marked down on clearance for more than the figure was going for a year ago. Like they're down on clearance to like $18, and I'm like, a year ago it was 15. Like I know prices went up, but when it's on clearance and it's still more than it was a year ago. The other thing is because they have been going on sale. Like I was happy to buy figures from Target because they had tons of Masterverse stuff, right, and tons of Origin stuff. But periodically, Target just has these really great sales. Like,
Yeah.
if you wait long enough, you're going to get 25% off or something like that. So it's like, all right, do I need, like, I want Masterverse Roboto, but do I need him right now, or do I wait 3 months and get him for?
I'd wait for him to be clearance. I'm almost guaranteeing that'll be a clearance item at one point or another. Every Masterverse and every Origins one I've ever seen on shelf, I've always seen in clearance. It's weird. It's one of the very few you never see. It's funny. Like I rarely have ever seen like Marvel Legends. I've rarely ever seen them on like a clearance shelf. You know what I mean? Even as peg warmers. I mean, they sit there for. What's that guy? What was that one Black Series character? Zevo. Remember the Zevo characters from Force Awakens? I think it was. He was like a peg warmer for ridiculous amounts of times, and they never clearanced him out. It's like, but yeah, when it comes to Motu, I always see him on clearance. So I'd wait, definitely.
And I know that probably that recognition, because that makes complete sense, right? It's like there's a really good chance this is going to be going on sale within the next couple of months, and if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. That I'm sure that also is feeding into the Target taking a look and being like, all right, well, not only do we have to clearance out the first 3 waves or first 6 waves or whatever, sales are continuing to slow as people are waiting for stuff to go on sale. So
yeah,
we'll see. I hope it hangs out in the store for as long as possible.
Yeah. and to answer your question, first off, it would be nice to be 32-year-old Eric again. That would be pretty fucking awesome.
Listen, I was just,
but 49-year-old Eric would go back to 10-year-old Eric and tell him to stick to his guns. And Motu figures are all about beastly, roided out, savage-looking men, and the girls have Barbies. So there it is.
What you should tell little 10-year-old Eric is like,
keep those mint on card and put them in put them safely away. Yeah.
Ask for nothing but get all the She-Ra horses, all the Pegasuses, get them all. Don't open them. Put them in the closet, and wait until 2022.
Yeah.
One six shooter Trevor says the end of that story should have been Eric met his wife, fell in love, and then found out she had a princess and power. Like,
Yeah, you'd be talking to divorced Eric.
I'm trying to catch some of these comments. Though.
Actually, that probably would be good because then she probably wouldn't give me so much shit about collecting.
Hold on a second. Carlos says, Eric, my wife is clutching her pearls right now. She just grabbed a She-Ra at PowerCon last year.
Like I said, to each his own, man. It just doesn't work for me.
So Curtis says,
and you didn't live that childhood trauma like I did. So
Curtis is coming from the other direction. He says, I'm totally the opposite. When my sister started collecting She-Ra, I loved it because I got to play with Hordak and the Horde figures without having to use my birthday money to get them.
I could dig it.
You know, it's funny. So the Horde was the She-Ra villains. But I remember I had one Christmas where I got Grizzlor and Leech, and I still have both of them, by the way. So I was going to make the joke just now that, well, Eric, I was getting She-Ra characters, She-Ra figures, and loving them back then. But I'm pretty sure that even at the time, at least, Grizzlor and Leech initially were released on just regular Masters of the Universe cards, and it just said the Horde. Like
yeah.
Like it didn't say She-Ra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I remember all of those characters because the kids that lived across the street from us were a couple years younger than I was. So as I was kind of playing with Motu less and less, those kids were actually getting into Motu. So they were getting all the new characters like Webster, Grizzlor, Leech, all the newer characters that were coming out. So I was still able to kind of vicariously enjoy the Motu line through them because I was like, oh wow, like yeah, let me see, like that's the new one that came out or whatever. So they were getting, but like I said, once She-Ra and the Princess of Power hit the market, yeah, I was out.
Yeah. Eric remarked about Mattel not using the Four Horsemen on the recent releases. I think the Four Horsemen did work on. Didn't Four Horsemen do the Mossman from the original Revelations Masterverse Mossman?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I thought I heard that, and I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But I haven't heard about them working on much of the rest of the lines. But sometimes they work on stuff and you don't even know it. Like there's tons of Super 7 stuff that they worked on that like wasn't like super publicized. So, but yeah, as far as I know, they're not doing most of the Master line. And while some of the newer designs I think are pretty cool, it's hard to believe that the Four Horsemen being involved wouldn't make it better.
Yeah, anything they touch, man.
Like Defenders of Eden, for instance.
That's right, Trevor. That's right.
Total Eric started the He-Man She-Ra Haters Club.
That's right.
No girls allowed.
No girl, boys only club. Don't you guys remember from the old Rascals freaking show? Boys only club. Come on, man.
The He-Man Woman Haters Club.
It's like, damn.
Yes. 12-year-old Eric starting the He-Man She-Ra Haters Club. No girls allowed.
No girls allowed.
All right, so here we got a close-up of that shelf you're putting together back there that you were talking about before, Eric.
Yes, sir.
So those
these are the muscle racks from I bought them from the Home Depot. Came home with the idea after my second visit to Big Greg's house in New Jersey, and he's got a bunch of these in his collection room and some massive, beautiful, extraordinary displays that he has set up inside of them. You can basically just build worlds inside of these things, and that's pretty much my intention. They're 36 inches deep, or 36 inches wide by 18 inches deep, and each shelf is about the two lower shelves are about I want to say the spacing is about 13 to 14 inches, and the two upper shelves are about 17 and a half inches high. So plenty of room to display. Like I said, this is just the start of it. I'm going to build a riser box slash bookcase that's going to go underneath both of these, which these will sit on top of to rise up the entire display. And then going to pretty much light the whole thing and wire it all up. Put backgrounds in them, build huge diorama displays in them, and just fill them with whatever comes. It's like I said, it's just going to be a whole lot of fun and a long term project that I'll be working on. And like I said, it's going to be awesome to just have this extra space to work with, man. Trust me, because it's been a long time coming. And out with the detox and into something totally new. So I'm really stoked. And I just put those couple things in there, like those are the quarter scale Ninja Turtles from NECA, and a couple of displays from Crashbox Customs, just to show you the space that's available inside those shelves, just to kind of give you a reference.
Cool stuff, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm excited. I'm pumped for you. I'm excited for you because, uh, kind of referencing Greg's collection is a good. It's a good thing to do because like now I'm looking at these shelves and in each one of those sections I'm like envisioning a completely different scene from what's next to it. Like it,
yeah, yeah,
like 8 environments basically.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, if I want to, obviously the posts in the middle between the shelves is kind of a hindrance, but it could easily be worked around. If I wanted to, I could create one big, large scene that stretches across both shelves. You know what I mean? Because they're basically butted up against each other, and I set the shelves at exactly the same heights all the way through, so that if I did want to carry something across, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
like it'll totally work. But yeah, I'm really geeked up to see what I can actually accomplish with this. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get back into some major diorama work, and there's just there. Like I said, my mind's spinning right now with the ideas of things that I could do, especially with cosmic, because I know
Yeah.
a few of these shelves are definitely probably an entire shelf all the way across both shelves is going to be a complete, you know, Cosmerium freaking, Volcatar style, diorama scene with a ton of the characters, especially from waves 1 and 2. It's just going to
That's
be,
great.
The
yeah, it's going
grape
to be.
ring, man. You gotta
What's
do the
up?
grape ring.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, like I said, times like this, I wish Brian Almeida lived down the street for me,
Yeah.
dude, because I would have him at my house every single night, freaking throwing down, because I need somebody's a creative genius like that to help me, really bring these things to life, because I don't want to half-ass it, that's for sure. So it's gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take the time that I need and really think these things through, and like I said, try my best at accomplishing what, like I said, what I love so much about Greg's collection, and that's just, like I said, his displays are just ridiculous.
No, I bet you could reinforce those shelves in such a way that you could just cut out one section. Couldn't you do that? You think? Like between
They're not. Yeah, they wouldn't hold up, because the way the framing works on it, it doesn't. Yeah, it wouldn't hold up. The freaking shells would buckle or whatever. But it doesn't. Like I said, if you see the space, firsthand. I mean, the picture doesn't do it any justice. No pun intended, Trevor. But
who took this picture?
yeah, exactly. And if you notice on the left-hand side of the shells, I got my original animation cells
Yeah.
from the actual Motu, the Filmation cartoons, and you see there's no Shira. So there.
And your boy Beastman is represented.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good stuff, man. I love those.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those to me are grail pieces right there. Those Filmation cells. I mean, original cells from the actual show. It's like, it's just, like I said, as a kid, it's like heartstrings pulled full blown.
And is that a like a little poster or picture from 2000X underneath?
No, that's actually the first piece I ever bought from the Four Horsemen table, because I didn't know anything about Mythic Legions. But when I walked up to the table in 2019 at PowerCon, the thing that my eye drew straight to was Nate Barch's interpretation of Castle Grayskull. And I saw that piece and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have to have that. And I bought it from him and he signed it for me. And that was the first time I ever met Nate. And I didn't buy any Mythic Legions figures. How about that?
I had the two little things going off that is I also have a piece of Nate Barch, like I bet a lot of us do. Nate Barch signed piece of art here. It's the print of the from the Alithia wave of Alithia and the rest of the Four Horsemen. Like
nice. Yeah, right now. Let me see. Right now, I have that piece. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have actually 4 pieces of Nate Barch's art displayed in my room right now, along with 6 of the card backs that he did. Because I have each one of the card backs that he did on my wall. It's framing the sides of my my Rudy Obrero piece that I have above my desk.
Pretty sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy to find room.
Nope.
Oh, real quick. These guys came up.
Yeah.
This
dude.
is,
That thing is.
I don't know how to say it. Xesray or Zesray. That's them, right? That did these?
Yeah.
I hear it both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zesray.
Yeah. Big, giant, crazy.
Ogre scale. Yeah. And these are 9-inch figures. So you're ogre scale, easily ogre scale. Cassos and Thalos. Cassos is the orange one, and Thalos, sorry, is the black one. And man, these look awesome. Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people against, like Don out there, who's totally against line mixing. But damn, would these look fucking awesome with Mythos? I think these are just outstanding looking figures.
I love that they include the hooves and
feet
too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I saw that. That was like a win right there.
Curtis says it's just X-ray.
X-ray. Okay.
All right, X-ray, yeah. But yeah, these are freaking phenomenal. They look beautiful.
Did you guys pre-order them?
I'm definitely going to, yeah.
I did not. What's it? Do you guys know the deal on these again? So they're going up for pre-order at where at?
At 5K
right
Toys. 5K Toys has them.
BBTS also has them.
Yeah, I was just going to double check that because I thought I saw that they were up there.
Yeah, and they have a payment plan, so that's definitely a thumbs up on that one. Man, I know it's probably been said before, but I mean, I truly am one of the true believers in payment plans, and I wish Mythics had a payment plan, because I would be.
You can use Klarna for that.
I've heard of that. Never tried it, but I'll definitely look into it. I'll have to get back to you on that for sure. But yeah,
I used it for Necronominus.
Okay.
Actually, Brian Almeida posted in the Cabal. That's how I found out about
it. That's right.
Yeah.
He did, and I did not follow up on that. I'm sorry that I didn't.
The key there is I think it can go. I'd still want something that's. I don't want to incur any interest, anything like that. I know the Horsemen, they'll never do business with PayPal again, I guess.
Yeah.
But one good thing about PayPal now is some people talked about using a PayPal credit account because you can do 6 months, no interest, no payments. And as long as you paid off in that 6 months, there's no extra interest. I like even better now. They're doing this PayPal in 4.
Yeah.
Where it's you buy it and it's that's it. There's an automatic. It's on the price is automatically split up into 4 equal payments. I forget if it's like every 2 weeks or
It's every 2 weeks.
yeah, every 2 weeks or whatever.
The
Uh,
Klarna, that's what I did for Klarna. It's
Yeah.
it was every 2 weeks. No
Mhm.
no interest, nothing, as long as you had it paid off in the amount of time.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's automatic, so you don't even have to think about it. You just do
Yeah.
the freaking.
Yeah, but yeah, these Fury Toys Turtle Figs. No, I have not.
I did see the new one. It's Donatello, but that's not what it's called. I think it's Autumn. And then they have
Oh yeah, the Seasons one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And then
I haven't.
I've heard great things about those figures. It's just
They look
I don't have
amazing
one.
for
Yeah.
sure. They look amazing.
I believe the Master Splinter Master went up 2. I could be wrong, but I remember seeing that at least.
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, there it is. 5K toys. All right. Sorry, switching back and forth between browsers now.
I'll be right back.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a second.
Yeah, totally agreed, Benny. I'd love to see Four Horsemen Studios figure out something to work out something with a third party for a payment plan of some kind. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've heard a lot of different references to the shipping cost that 5K deals out, and I think it would probably be a better bet to probably go through something like BBTS that has like their like their $4 drop ship, standard price, which is freaking awesome for anything, especially if you load up like a pile of loot and then get it all shipped at once.
I don't want to do that.
Dude, for the payment plan,
This is what we do.
what Crashbox uses a firm. They also give you terms like I used it on the last order I had, and it's like $90 and there's no interest
Yeah,
for 6 months or so.
yeah, that works.
forget.
That totally works.
Damn it. Sorry.
Yeah, there's one we're gonna need a payment plan for, is that freaking dragon whenever that thing comes out. Good
Absolutely.
lord. Man,
Now, would you, if it comes out, are you only getting one, like space wise, or would you get 2?
yeah, I would just get one. I mean, yeah, just one dragon, and it's gonna go, if you could see it, it's gonna go right on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that space is for. That's all gonna be the dragon right there. If and when that fucker comes out, it's gonna be on.
There we go.
Yeah, Autumn.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, these look great, man. These look freaking great.
And the price on it it's great too.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
only, what is it, a $10 deposit, and it's $47 total, not including shipping and or tax if that applies to you.
Yeah, these are great reimagining of these characters. I love it, man. I think they're awesome for anybody who's a turtle fan. These are definitely a must get. They look awesome.
The only thing I'll say, they look awesome, but it's like for anybody that does any turtle stuff at all, and the turtles are not even one of my main like properties or lines or whatever, but almost just by accident, just because I kind of like turtles, I already have too much turtle stuff, and there's so many different lines right now.
Yeah. It's gotten to the point where you really have to pick and choose wisely what really appeals to you. Mine was the Nickelodeon line that they came out with from NECA. I mean, that line has just blown me away. And I've got, I mean, I don't have all of them, but I've got a pretty much my 80% of my Turtles collection is from that Nickelodeon cartoon line, because that's really where it's nostalgia wise, it pulls at me. So that's where I got them. And then I have the original, the movie Turtles that came out a long time ago. I have those, and some of the old, like, original, like the Mezco ones and stuff like that. But yeah, these are awesome. Like I said, for any Turtle fan, I mean, they're, like I said, these are definitely cool pieces that they're coming out with.
Yep.
Yeah, they will.
Yep, they will, dude. Okay.
Same, Benny.
All right. So Mystic Legends.
Mystic Legends. Yeah.
Legends. What's the deal with Mystic Legends?
It's people who have never heard of Mythic Legions, and they kind of just have earshot, talks about these new crazy awesome figures, and they chat online and walk up to the Four Horsemen table and ask how much are the Mystic Legends.
Mystic
That
Legends.
was a crazy thing to see.
Yeah. All right. So so a lot of the Mystic Legends talk seemed to be centered around ZoloCon too.
Yeah.
So that's what made me think of pulling out a couple of cool things that were at ZoloCon. This guy in particular was just absolutely nuts.
That's
Like,
bonkers,
friggin'
man.
thing. Now this was, is this Nicholas Campbell? Do I have the right guy that put this together? See, I think when Anthony Halseal was on Legion's Lair, he was going through a lot of the stuff that was up. And he was talking, I think it was, I'm going to say Patrick Boyle or Nicholas Campbell, but somebody can correct me if I have the wrong name.
Is it Nate Armstrong?
Or Nate Armstrong, maybe. Maybe it's Nate Armstrong. Sorry.
Because I know he had quite a few on display at the Wolf King booth.
So did he do the Alice in Wonderland thing?
I think he did.
Oh, okay, yeah, because then he did this too. So sorry. So Nate Armstrong, yes, that's right. Because here's this Alice in Wonderland friggin' area here. Look, holy crap, dude! How insane is that?
Yeah, I love people that really and truly stretch the line like this, where it just completely goes out of the box. They don't even look like Mythic Legions anymore. That's what I love about it. It looks like something completely new, and it's amazing to see people's, mind go to work and create something as amazing as this, man. It's just that, whoa, what a terrific display, a terrific thing to do.
Hell yeah!
This was
Get the Mad Hatter, Alice in Wonderland. That's the Cheshire Cat. I didn't even recognize that at first.
Yeah, and that caterpillar is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. If you look at the bottom of the picture here, you can see what appears to be Eeyore, I think, underneath.
Yeah, that's the Winnie the Pooh. That was at Legion's Con. Yeah, that's an amazing set too, man.
So
here's what you were talking about.
My cousin's wife saw all these. She was like, "Oh, what the hell are they?" I was like, "Well, believe it or not, those are Mythic Legions. People just customize it." And she was like, "Oh, no way." I said, "Oh, absolutely. You should see some of this shit that they do." Case in point, it was on display.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, this is so out of the box, man. This is so cool.
Thank you.
Nate Armstrong.
Yeah, I was saying
amazing, man. Amazing.
Just absolutely incredible. And the Eeyore, just insane. So real quick, before we got too far away from it, I wanted to pull out. Curtis says, check out Jeremy's face on Mythic Conversations. But he said 2024 is the 25th year for Four Horsemen, 10th year for Legions, and the year of the Dragon.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
That amazing.
Yeah, you backed Jeremy into a corner he did not want to be in, sir. Way to go, Curtis.
Incredible.
You just got blackballed from the cabal.
They're burning your cabal pin in effigy right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, this piece is just completely amazing. He sold it too, is my understanding.
Did he really? Wow.
I think he sold the whole display. I think the whole house.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
But what's cool is then if he wants to, he can always just make it again.
Yeah.
And I think Anthony worked with him on that, right? I believe.
Yeah. He said that they were trying to develop a weapon for that figure, but it sold, so they just stopped.
Wow.
Sick.
That's
dude.
freaking so awesome.
Yeah. This has got to be one of the. This right here has got to be one of the candidates for like image of the year so far, just because to come up with that is very impressive to me. That listen, I mean, like, we're viewing the work of people that have great imaginations all the time. So I always see things that are like kind of blow me away, and I think are awesome. But I just don't know how long it would have taken me to get to this place, And then you look at it and you're like, it all makes sense. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's insane, but it makes sense. Like this piece right here is one of the more impressive ones I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, as many times as I've looked at, these figures and thought of like all these crazy paint schemes or, extra, attachments or accessories to put on them, I've never in my life ever dreamed up something as crazy as this. Or like every time I go to Legion's Con and Eric Miller just, completely blows my mind with the things that he thinks up and the things that he creates with these characters. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, and it works so well. I'm like, how did I not see that? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like what he does, it's crazy. But like I said, that's a full on out of the box, work of art, man. It's just, to me, it's just a work of art.
Frankenberry level.
Oh, dude.
Eric Miller, the first thing I think of is friggin' Frankenberry, because that thing friggin' blew me away. So
yeah, the one that really got me this past year was his tributes to Clawful and Merman. Dude, those were just ridiculously sick. They were so awesome.
Dude, if you ever win the lottery, I'm gonna come calling Eric Miller.
Yeah.
Because like if I live my whole life and never have a Frankenberry like that, I don't know if I would really live.
Yeah.
I freaking love Frankenberry.
Yeah, and the one that like I said, that pulled everybody's heartstrings. His Hatbox Ghost that he did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
From the haunted house, dude. Come on, that was freaking from the haunted mansion of Disneyland. Oh my god, it was so good. Yeah, and like I said, just wonderful creative ideas that, like I said, are I could never imagine in a million years, and they bring them to life in full form. It's just so cool to look at.
Awesome. And every year there's something better.
Yep.
Batmobile, McFarlane Batmobile, we already talked about that. Here's some more incredible work. I wanted to get
dude.
This is insane.
Freaking Emil, dude.
You guys take over for you're talking anyway, but I gotta run. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Emil again, freaking killing it with these freaking these homages to superheroes, both DC and Marvel alike. I mean, God, how freaking awesome is this, Ryan?
Well, Superman is my favorite character, and when I saw this today, I damn near dropped my phone. I was like, holy shit, I hope he brings that to Legion's Con so I can try and buy it.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. You know what I love too? I mean, like I said, the full custom is just amazing altogether. But the way he painted the top end of the pauldrons red, like it's part of the cape. Oh, dude, like perfection, dude, perfection. So good.
And the S, dude, every time he puts like the bat symbol, or like even on his Spawn figures, when he does the bare torso and makes it look like it's just the
clothing,
spandex, dude, it
looks perfect. It looks perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, and how he hand painted that S on his chest. I mean, like I said, I cannot hand paint stuff like that for the life of me. I mean, he does it with perfection every single time.
yeah,
Yeah, this thing is ridiculously good, man. Like I say, he just kills it every single time. I mean, it's nice to see how, like I said, how many different artists amongst our community have their certain niche for their styles. You know what I mean? Like Eric Miller and his styles of customs.
yeah.
Nate Armstrong, his and Emil. I mean, it's just like I said, it's beyond beautiful. It just, like I said, it just amazes me each and every time. Every single one of these that he puts out is just a freaking piece of artwork, man. So good.
And the reason I like this one so much is because I'm a DC fanboy. I love DC. I love Mythic Legions, and he just married two things that I love.
Perfectly.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say enough great things about this.
Yeah.
Like
It's so
I
good,
could
dude.
see this version of Superman coming down and then just whooping Arethyr's ass. Just be like, get the hell out of Mythos.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah,
The
this is
only
so
thing that would
good.
have made it a little is if the Jerry curl was just a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder where he get that head sculpt from. That's pretty dope. That's a spot on sculpt.
I'm not even sure. I want to say Wolf King, but then I'd probably be wrong.
Yeah. Carlos says
Curtis
when the
Hell
horsemen
does.
paint a Baldwin like that, they will say they stole it from from a meal.
Yeah. I do have another shot where it shows the lower parts, the like the feet and the boots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Separated
that thing's
hands,
that
family
thing's
business.
freaking amazing, dude. So good. Hey, did you get your order in from the in stock sale?
I did not.
Yeah.
I ended up skipping it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I
Only
ended
because
up.
so were you buying those for like fodder pieces?
Yeah. I just bought them. I mean, I've got plenty. I've got the full, gambit of the Furious Four figures, but I ended up getting an extra Uwit,
Yeah.
and then I got because I only wanted it mostly for the paint apps on the armor. I got two of the unknown ones,
Yeah. I should have.
so, or the uncone ones, which I love that's still on this package. It's so awesome.
Oh, it still says on cone.
Yep, uncone. That's
Nice.
awesome. And that's that. I'm thinking too. Later on, this is gonna. If you guys don't know, this is gonna be this is probably gonna be worth like $500 or $600 down the line because it's a variant packaging. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the uncone one through and through. But
Now,
yeah, that armor is just like I said. It's just freaking amazing. That color that they chose for this armor is just superb, man.
I
I love
saw
it.
I a little while ago, like Sharif, he's Darth Dundada on Instagram. He did a pop and swap where I believe he took some parts from Bardrick and put it on that figure. And dude, it looked to make it like an evil Bardrick. It looks
Yeah.
badass.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, once you pop off the head and not going with the wings or whatever, I mean that base body, that buck, I mean, it's just there's so many different awesome ways you can roll that, and each and every one of them is a winner. Like I said, just with that buck, it's just a killer freaking piece to have.
Now
So that's what, like I said, that's why I got a couple.
I know the Horsemen are bringing the Furious Four to Mesquite-Con. Or does anyone know if they're also taking the unknown one there with them in
Hmm.
chat?
Good question. Now I wonder how many. Well, I mean, I know they probably set aside a few cases of because I know the Lord Bashotti figure sold out on the
Yeah.
free open sale. So, which was pretty. I mean, I was pretty surprised that a lot more didn't sell out. You know what I mean?
I honestly thought it wasn't going to make it past Sunday.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a
Quickly.
couple of days at best, and everything was. I kept checking back on the Store Horseman site, and yeah, everything was still there. And then finally, the Bishotti figure sold out, and I was like, oh wow, here we go. Now they're starting to sell out, and I thought the rest of them would follow quickly after, but no, they didn't. Yeah, there's that other shot with the
Yeah,
where you can see his boots and everything. What a like I said, what an amazing piece.
so badass. Oh, he didn't get an answer. Eric asked about the unknown one, but didn't get an answer because he's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
A new trailer for what? Is there a new Haunted Mansion movie?
No, I did not see that.
I didn't either.
I did not see that.
I was gonna say as soon as I saw that Superman, Ryan sent the pictures over, and I'm like, "Is that a meal?" And then I saw it posted
Yeah.
on the wall, and I was like, "All right, I hope Trevor has some money set aside."
No, dude, I want that one.
Yeah, beautiful piece.
But Trevor he'll be exhibiting, so he'll have first shot at it anyway.
Yeah, there's gonna be like every other Legion's con. There's gonna be side deals happening. Trust me. We all run around that night and like, oh hey dude, here set that one aside, or here's the money for this or that. Yeah.
Like I wish I could paint and had that talent so I could exhibit to maybe get some like first shot at some of those figures that were going on.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a madhouse in their setup night, dude. It's a total madhouse.
So Eric confirms, yes, new Haunted Mansion movie. Owen Wilson, Jamie Lee Curtis, Danny DeVito.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about them yet. Cool. All right, what we got next? All right, before we go, we got to talk Cosmic, baby.
Oh my god, dude.
So this week, it was revealed that Cosmic Wave 3 is coming in the very near future. Initial thoughts?
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine how much cooler these figures are gonna be. But like I said, knowing Treadaway, dude, and what that guy's got going on in his brain, he's probably got some creations that are just gonna blow our socks off, dude. And like I said, every single wave is just getting better and better. And like I said, it's just stretching the imagination so far that it just, like I said, I can't wait, dude. Cosmic is like I said, and it's so in my wheelhouse because aside from the barbarian, sword and sorcery kind of thing that I love from my childhood, being a kid who grew up, in the early 70s and was there in the very beginning at the release of things like Star Wars and stuff like that. I mean, anything that has to do with space like this is just, like I said, it's just 100% fire for me. I cannot wait, dude. It's going to be so awesome.
Sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit, dude.
If you're in a cosmic sort of mind, like we are, after hearing that news, like it's like, all right, what's it going to be? What kind of characters?
Yeah.
Along the same lines, Bill from the Dork Lair continues his test shot tour, reviewing each of the test shots from Cosmic Wave 1, and his latest, Ragnar, is up. So go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. It's a great review.
That's the fucking dwarf I wanted, Curtis. I shouldn't have waited so damn long.
Okay, so apparently there's some controversy here. Curtis says LeBron was showing some figure in the hotel lobby the night before setup at Legion's Con. His purple dwarf was in my head, and I thought about it all weekend until I bought it. It sounds like
it's because I waited too long.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again. If it's in the lobby, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, Eric, take my money. I have this money. Take it so I can take that figure."
apparently Ryan had his sights set on that.
Dude, you know it's funny. If you think about it, at Legion's Con, this past Legion's Con, I mean, I'm sure there was something there for every one of us. But if you can go back and had the money, regardless of expense, if you had the money and if you could buy one piece that you missed out on at Legion's Con, what would it be? Because I know for sure, 100% for me, would have been that four-legged, like, cosmic alien that what's
Mortal Collections.
Yeah,
Immortal
Carlo.
Collections did. Yeah, Carlo and Christian, dude, that freaking piece
For sure.
was awesome, dude.
Especially when they put the lasers in front
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. When they hooked up those lasers to him, dude, that thing was so amazing. I was like, I was seriously, I was gonna buy it. I was like, I'm gonna just buy it. I don't care. Yeah, I think they wanted like, I want to say they wanted like $1,000 for it, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'm gonna just do it, dude. I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna go for broke and just do it. I pondered that so hard at Legion's Con. I was like, God damn it. And I was like, I was mad at myself that I didn't buy it when I left. I was like, "Ah, I should have bought that freaking piece. That thing was so freaking, but I'm hoping that they'll realize the interest in that piece and develop a 3D printed part set and sell it as a part set like they have done their Oni sets and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that right there was the piece that I would have gladly went home with. How about you guys?
You can go first.
Mine is easy. Well, first, real quick on the topic of Tristan and Carlos, their creations there. Self plug on my YouTube channel. If you look, I have a Legion's Con review video up there, and I take
Yeah.
an extended look at their table. So
Oh,
I've
nice.
another pretty good look of all their creations there. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, for me, it's pretty easy, and it would be the Keltis that I almost tried to buy from. It was from Brad Jones, right?
Mm.
And I know that's the way I would go, is because I was kind of like down to making one big purchase, right? Like I'd already got my fountain, I got some 3D parts, some of the light up stuff, different things. So I was down to like my big purchase for the weekend, and I was stuck between two things. I was like, do I buy like an older? And I'm not going too crazy as far as getting older Grails from Mythic Legions that I don't have, but there are a few I would want. And right at the top of the list is Keltis, right? And so there was a Keltis available. Um, uh, was kind of interested, talked a little bit about him, but my other choice was this custom, this purple guy that Rich Kai's did, right?
Mm.
I thought they both looked awesome. I'm like, all right, well, do I want to spend my money on a Grail I might not have a chance at again, even though I probably would? Or do I want to spend my money on a custom, because it's Legion's Con, buying it from the creator? And in the end, that's the way that I went. I got the custom from Rich Kai's, and I would make that decision probably 20 times out of 20. It's sort of
Absolutely.
what we were saying before about like people buying customs like at shows, but not as much online, you know? And I think part of it is it's just part of the experience, I think, for me, but Keltis was still number 2. So if I could go back and get something, I would pick up my number 2.
Mm. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Getting the custom piece, I would do it 100 times over, because I mean, to me, that's a yeah, sure, the Grail piece is a great piece to get, but the custom piece is a one of one
Yeah.
in the world. You know what I mean? I mean, just like the pieces that I sell, the dwarf that Curtis has in his collection now, you will not find that particular piece anywhere else in anybody's collection. And to me, that's what's so satisfying about the customs. It's like, I bring home someone's custom piece, it's a one of a kind, you know what I mean? And as a collector, I mean, that means more to me than any, standard retail box figure, no matter how old or how valuable.
Yeah, I'll try to give you guys a good look at him here. First of all, turn off my background. There's my real wall. here's me. So this is the custom.
Yeah. So
I remember
awesome.
seeing that, dude. That thing was
Dude, I
like
was
such
freaking
nightmares.
blown away that Rich sold all of his customs at the show, dude. I had never thought that Rich would be selling any of his pieces because he wasn't in it to. He was basically there as an exhibitor. I'd never imagined he would have sold any of his pieces, but man, that's an awesome piece, dude.
For sure.
So I couldn't resist anymore. I was like, oh shit, I need that guy, and I'm so happy like I made that decision.
Hey, what's up with that Batman back there?
It is a bank. So it was a bank with like with like voice activated stuff, and it actually had a function where it would blow like a wind blowing his cape or whatever. My sister-in-law, who doesn't know anything about action figures and stuff, got it for me, special, and it still had batteries in it, and like they had leaked and stuff, and it didn't work. But I actually spent like a morning with it, cleaning out like all the corroded stuff, cleaning it all out, got it to a point where it worked. So it says some of the phrases. The wind thing doesn't really work anymore, but I was able to get it back into semi-working shape. So I thought that was cool.
He just has it in anticipation for his 89 bats that he's going to get.
Yeah, that's just a placeholder for now.
Yeah.
But like this
when
is
you get your 89 batch, you got to take a picture of a side-by-side comparison.
I'll do a comparison video. You can just see like both of them. But real quick, just did want to give a shout out. This is Eric Miller's Kragnar that he loaned to Bill of the Dork Lair to do the review. I think Michael Xavier might have helped out with getting it there.
Big shout out to everybody in the community who shared all of their test shots with Bill to do his reviews, man. It's
awesome.
And
awesome.
Trevor says, sounds like a great 80s primetime show, Eric Miller. That's my Kragnar. That's my Kragnar. Or I could also see like an 80s era sitcom. That's so Kragnar, right? That's so Kragnar. Nobody else? All right. Bye. Curtis says, Travis is posting images, making it look like there will be unknown ones at MuskyCon. I mean, here's the thing. Like, couldn't Travis just fund unknown ones for, like, everybody?
Exactly.
I heard there were reports that he was walking out with truckloads of
cases, yeah.
And then he sold them when he would vend at other shows, but he didn't grab one loincloth piece for any of them, so he was selling them without it.
Yeah. And a quick update to everybody on the loincloth pieces. I am fresh out. I brought home about 8 or 10 of those because I just grabbed them from the table because I knew exactly what was going to happen. I said, there's going to be a ton of people that are going to leave this show and not have that loin piece and freaking like just die because they don't have it. It didn't mean anything to me. I didn't even use one on any of my figures, but I grabbed about 8 or 10 of them off the table, and I was just like, I'm just going to take a couple of them so when I go home, if people need them, I'll just send them to them, and I'm fresh out. So I've sent all of the ones that I have available out to other people in the community.
I think I have a couple actually too.
Yeah.
I never used mine with mine.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I know it's part of it, but I didn't really care for it. I like the figure without it. It didn't really matter to me if it had the loin piece or not.
People were grabbing them, but they were dropping them because there was.
They were scattered all over the floor.
Everywhere.
They were littered. I seen the floor was littered with them.
Oh, okay, I get it. So Mike, X-Man scored the Kragnar for Eric, but I guess sent it to Eric by way of Bill Drunowski first.
Oh, right on.
Look at this, see the community out there helping people. So holy crap, Curtis! So you sent Bill a Ramen Toys Quicksilver to review only or to keep and review? There's a real question there.
No,
probably
I think
for a
he wants that
review.
back. He said figure 2023. He wants that back.
Yeah. He's definitely getting. Yeah, he's definitely getting that back.
Listen, do you see this fur he's wearing? Like, He might be out there buying Quicksilvers for people. I don't know, trying to spread the love. I tell you what,
Nah,
I'll be right
dude,
show
I
off.
don't mess with Curtis, man. He's a bruiser. I'm in
Exactly.
the DILF group with him, and I see him working out all the time, dude. Oh, he said he bought him one. I was gonna say he put a hurting on
Oh,
him. He tried to
wow.
steal his ramen toys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. I still haven't even opened my
Hey, Curtis, I need an Otho if you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you crack that open yet?
No, I still haven't opened it yet.
No.
Freaking mint and box collector.
He's so pretty in the box. Oh man. Figure of 2023. And it says, no, I bought him one. Now
Wow.
that's coming through in the clutch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I haven't even opened him yet. Part of it is because he just looks so awesome. Part of it is I'm going to do a review of him for sure. And then the other part is, I guess there's a little, I mean, I don't know how much there is of this, but maybe there's a little bit of, what if I open him and I don't like him? You know what I mean? Like, what if, because some people were saying that they had problems with him or whatever, but I think that they just nailed the look that I would be looking for in a Quicksilver, and I'm pumped about it. Although that brings me to a little bit of what grinds my gears, something that's grinding my gears. So I try to not get into the whole complaining thing too much. Like, I think it's cool to, when you talk about stuff, sometimes it's not always going to be positive. Sometimes it's going to be negative, right? But I try not to dwell on stuff too much that I don't like in the hobby. But there is something a little bit that's going on in the last week that kind of grinds my gears. And it's from a company that I defend to the all the time, and it's Super 7. And it's because, I've on multiple occasions bought figures directly from Super 7 early because I'm trying to support the line. I want to see more. I purchased the first wave of Silverhawks from Super 7 because I was like, all right, this is kind of a niche brand. I want to help show them that this can be a profitable brand. I want them to make a lot more characters, yada, yada, yada. I ordered the Thunder Tank from them, stuff like that. But it seems like for whatever reason, and maybe there's a shipping reason that totally makes sense, one of the things that I would think you would get out of ordering directly from the company and paying your money up front is that you'll be among the first to get the product, right? Since you've kind of forked your money over already, not that it always works out like that. I know it doesn't, but I know, for example, the Four Horsemen try to do it like that, right? So if you order directly from the Four Horsemen, you're almost certainly going to get it before people who order from retailers. But there's been a lot of Super 7 stuff now that's hitting all over the place. And the people that bought directly from Super 7 are like, what's going on? I did order a Thunder Tank, and it's, people have it in hand. BBTS has it in stock. First wave of G.I. Joe Ultimates is in stock at Entertainment Earth, is in stock at BBTS. And I'm like,
yeah, that's pretty frustrating, man. Especially like you said, when you're like the first one to order it directly from the company. I mean, you should definitely be the first one in hand. And a lot of times I've had that happen to me quite a few times. I can't recall which lines, but stuff that I've ordered, that I'm seeing weeks and weeks of reviews and posts, and I'm like, and I'm still waiting on mine. What the hell? That shit's annoying.
Yeah, and again, it's not the end of the world, but it's you're like, shouldn't it work like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I was gonna say that I still collect the Lightning collection from Hasbro. I would pre-order that stuff on Pulse, and it would have a expected date, and BBTS would put it up not too long after, and BBTS would get it sometimes 3 months or so before Pulse.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor said, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Pulse does the same thing. It's
that's total bullshit. Especially when you're ordering direct, man. You should be absolutely the first ones to have it in hand. And like I said, 10 times out of 10, you're not when it comes to that. It's ridiculous.
And something like the Thunder Tank, now that wasn't a Kickstarter or a HasLab Kickstarter or anything like that. But it almost kind of felt like a little bit Brian Flynn even said in an interview that somebody, Nick from the Foosh, or somebody asked him, is there a certain quantity that you have to sell in order for this to actually go into production. In other words, that it's just like a Kickstarter or a HasLab. And he said yes. He's like, it actually there is, like, if we don't sell this number, in other words, it's not like we're going into production and because we have projections that we know we're going to sell, we're still not going to go into production until we know we have this number sold. He's like, I'm just very confident that we're going to get that number sold, right?
Yeah.
Let me answer Eric's. I did
Yeah.
not. I'm not a fan of the head sculpts that they have, but I do appreciate the figures. And from what I hear, the monsters that they're putting out are everything anybody has ever wanted.
Wow, the best. That's friggin' well, that's good news. If that's some of their latest stuff, man.
But again, it's like I get the nostalgia thing, but I do like Mythic Legions aside, I do like double jointed stuff, especially for the crazy shit that they were doing in the shows, and like they're like I need them to move a certain way.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like with like Motu Classics and even like I'm getting a lot of that. Like I'm not into Power Rangers at all, so I don't have any experience with Hasbro or the Super 7 versions. But yeah, I would think that Power Rangers is something that more articulation might be something you'd really want.
Oh yeah, they would have to have like those dynamic like martial arts like posing and stuff like that if you can't do that with them, I would. I mean, I'm not a Power Rangers fan, but I could definitely agree that you would definitely need that extra articulation in those types of figures to pull it off.
Whereas like
Darius, when Darius posts, like he gets the Lightning Collection stuff, I would say their articulation is on par with like SH Figure Arts and stuff like that. But obviously a fraction of the price with less paint apps, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all preference. If that's your thing, hey, more power to you.
I wonder if they're doing maybe a lot of times Super 7's been doing like just replaceable limbs. So to like the mimic crazy articulation, you just have arms or whatever you can switch out.
Yeah.
And I will say this, their accessories are fucking beautiful.
Yeah, like I've got a bunch of the Thundercats Ultimates, and the accessories are awesome. I think the figures are awesome.
Yeah.
But they have the same thing where they have like the single jointed elbows and stuff. It doesn't really bother me because the look on the figures to me is really good. And I don't know. For me personally, I don't need the same type of articulation potential as you might need with the Power Rangers as I do out of the Thundercats. Plus, that's sort of like a replacement for Motu Classics for me.
Well, that's easy to say too if you're an inbox collector.
Actually,
who needs articulation, right?
I did open Link the other day. He's dope.
Some people, even though they're inbox collectors, they still complain about articulation. Like, if you're not opening it, why are you complaining about it?
But
that's funny.
So some of our clever sleuths in the cabal, I think, were able to decipher the portrait or the picture here, the sign or the notice.
Yeah.
Posted along with the Cosmic Wave 3. So apparently we think Wave 3 is going to be called Outpost Zaxius.
Awesome.
And so it's happening in a completely different area than where Waves 1.5 were from.
Jesus. Like I said, I'm scared, dude. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
This is one of the things I'm most excited about now. So there's a couple other photos here I grabbed that were taken at ZoloCon. I believe at the Wolf King table.
Yeah.
Could be George, could be Wolf King. I think this is Wolf King, right, Ryan?
It's Wolf.
Yeah.
But just all like now we're at the very beginning now. We're at the inception point where now all the third-party companies, all the third-party dudes are going to just be making wild, crazy stuff. And here's some alien heads.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be freaking awesome.
They had a couple. Yeah, there. I was just about to say that.
Here's one on a test shot here. It's almost like a creature from the Black Lagoon, but from outer space type thing going on here.
Yeah, I can't. The floodgates are about to open. I like that elongated neck too. That's freaking bitching.
Sick,
That's
right?
that's a cool piece. Yeah, yeah. The floodgates are gonna open wide, dude. With the cosmic 3D printed parts from all the studios, Wolf King, Von Berg Studios, Planetary Dog Toys, you name it, dude. It's all coming. It's gonna be so ridiculous.
Can't
And then
wait.
this one is I don't know if this is actually meant to be cosmic, but and I think this is actually zombie customs, I think. So if you look on the left hand side of this picture, there's the guy in the cloak there that sort of has like the squid or octopus head.
Yeah,
That kind of looks like an alien head to me,
yeah,
you know? I don't know. So
yeah.
like yeah, just like you were saying, the possibilities are just endless. And our good buddy Cullen posted this picture the other day of a slog body with a freaking alder head on the top of it. And at first I freaked out because
Space Moose.
I'm like, did you paint that bronze? And he's like, no, no, no. It's just, lighting, and some, I guess, some After Effects. So no, he did not paint the test shot.
Awesome. That's so awesome.
But that's some wild stuff. Right there.
Space Moose. That's awesome.
So,
Someone had to do it.
yeah. So that's everything I got, guys.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually got to shoot out. Probably, so we got to figure out what's going on with my troop here.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go pick up my boy from work right now, so I gotta split too.
Yep.
But as always, it was awesome hanging with you guys on Saturday morning. I love it each and every time, and thank you to everybody who joined in and all of our peeps out there. Keep it real, love what you collect, and enjoy the hobby. And we'll see you next time.
Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to Hedgehog's YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Yes. Please do. Also, thank you again, as always, to Bill from the Dork Lair for letting us simulcast in the Dork Lair's Collectors Group. Means a lot to us. We appreciate it. Thank you for everybody who stopped in to say what's up during the live today. For anybody who will check it out thereafter. See you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Take it easy.